Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Cage as we get ready for men's basketball action here on the Cougar Sports Network. College of the Canyons and West LA here on a Saturday night in the Western States Conference South. For COC, 12-13 overall in the year, have lost their last two, trying to finish out the year. 3 games remaining on their schedule, just 2 more home games, including tonight. Next one against Santa Monica to close out their season on February 17th. It's been kind of a struggle as of late. As we said, it's been an up and down conference season, just 3-8 in conference play. Back-to-back wins over LA Valley and Bakersfield before losses to Citrus and Antelope Valley in their last 2 times out. Going to take on a tough team tonight. Playing very good under Anthony Jones, the West LA Wildcats, 17-8 overall so far this year. 9-2 in conference play. They sit in second in the Western States Conference South, trailing Citrus, trying to catch them in the standings. They would need some help here late in the year. The good news for West LA, winnable game against LA Valley coming up, and then a chance to try and give Citrus another loss on February 17th. That would put them in a position where both them and Citrus with a couple of losses on the season. The last time they played them was a 112-85 loss. Last time they played COC was at home, an 85-73 victory, as they'll try and finish out the season sweep of College of the Canyons. The starting lineups for each side. Gavin Davis getting the start at guard for West LA out of Carson, California. Then Neem Lewis, the sophomore guard out of Los Angeles, sitting at 6'2 this year. Devin Ford, sophomore guard, 6'3 out of Los Angeles, California. Joshua Jones Jr., the sophomore forward out of Gardena, plenty of length on him at 6'7", and then Elijah Charles, the 6'10 freshman center out of Los Angeles for West LA. For COC, Jacob Gonzalez running the point for the Cougars. Quincy Arms, a shooting guard. Andrew Henderson in the, we'll call him the 4 today. Dylan Barrientos really in the 3, but Barrientos and Gonzalez can both run the point. Henderson kind of a slim 4, and then Jonah Alfara in the 5 will work in the middle, the freshman out of West Ranch High School. Is just about ready for the opening tip. West Los Angeles COC, West LA in blue. And that royal blue with white striping. COC all white with navy and yellow stripes on the pants. As the Cougars win the opening tip, Barrientos will drop it for Gonzalez as we are underway. Second half of a men's and women's doubleheader. Here's Andrew Henderson. He's been on a hot streak lately as he falls away on a jumper that's short and doesn't fall. Henderson has just been racking up double-figure games, 21 of them so far this year. Last time out against West LA at 26 points. Here's the first opportunity for the Wildcats. No good on a little dribble drive from Joshua Jones Jr. that went high off the window and missed. And here's Henderson once again for COC. Will drop it for Quincy Arms. Blocked as Gavin Davis went up, swatted away. Arms will get it back after Barrientos caught the block. Missed on the 3-pointer off the left side of the rim. Easy board for Elijah Charles, and back the other way come the Wildcats. Elijah Charles just trying to muscle down Jonah Alfara, draws the foul. It's going to be a tough matchup for Alfara today, as Elijah Charles, as we said, 6'10". Has a definite size advantage against Alfara, who's 6'5", so almost half a foot of length on him, as he made the first, and West LA with a 1-0 lead, as Charles this year 56% foul shooter. The big man looks at the second, knocks them both down. 2-0 open for West LA on a pair of foul shots and a 2-point lead. Cougars quickly back ahead. Here's Quincy Arms with the basketball for COC. Barrientos now in the corner will work it up top as the Cougars reset into a half-court offense. Barrientos will drop it for Arms in a motion offense. Now Gonzalez had 6 points the other night for COC in the loss. Dropped it for Henderson, now Arms on the wing with 8 to shoot. Will leave it for Barrientos. Wants to put it on the floor. Kicks back Gonzalez. Puts up a 16-footer and good. Gonzalez starting to find his stroke, the freshman out of Chatsworth, with a nice little shot. So he said had 6 the other day before he got quiet. Quickly in transition, Gavin Davis with an easy bucket around Elfara. Back out in front, West LA. We go quick here. Cougars. Barrientos will step into a wide open 3 and knocks it down. Elisha Charles late on the closeout, and the Cougars will have their first lead of the game at 5-4. Jumper no good from Davis. Got it back to Lewis. Into the corner, 3-pointer for Jones. Missed it short. Charles able to come down with the rebound. Puts up a little right-handed shot that's too strong. Back the other way off the rebound is Gonzalez. Stops, kicks it back Henderson. He'll step into a 3. Too much on it. Good rebound that time by Lewis as he skied for it. Threw it ahead to Jones Jr. Drives, tried to draw the foul. Didn't get the make as he went over the top of Henderson. Cougars in transition. Elfara swatted away by Charles. And back in transition comes West LA as Jones again on Henderson. And this time Henderson called for the block. Howard Fisher, the head coach of COC in his 22nd year with the Cougars. Jones misses the first of 2. Jones 58% from the line this year. West LA is a unit, 73% from the line, which is 17th in California. Usually pretty good. 2 of 3 make it 3 of 4. So we're even at 5-all. Wildcats. Court pressure. Cougars pass out of it. Barrientos tried to lay it over the top of Devin Ford, but he altered it enough to go back the other way. Here's Davis, little paint floater that doesn't fall. Elfara able to pull down the rebound. Cougars in transition, but will slow it down. There's Barrientos. Took his eye off it, tried to catch it with one hand. He dribbled it off his own foot as it came off his hand and out of play. So straight up turnover on COC. The Wildcats back to work on the offensive side. Ian Lewis will send it near side. Devin Ford will play it across. He'll swing it back around to Lewis. Up top now to Gavin Davis. Davis step back jumper over the top of Arms was short. Easy rebound for Barrientos. Sprints ahead, leaves it for Gonzalez. Gonzalez back up to the middle of the floor to Elfara. And now back to Gonzalez between the circles. 3.5 gone here in the first half. Arms with the basketball for COC. West LA switching everything right now, nearly getting a steal. Gonzalez going to come back onto it. 7 to shoot for COC. Gonzalez going to try and take it himself. Kicks it back Henderson. 2 left on the shot clock for a 3 that misses off the right. An easy rip for Lewis as he'll run back up the floor. Lewis going to put it back towards the rack. Blocked by either Henderson or Gonzalez. I'm not sure who got a hold of it. The Cougars come away with the ball as Elfara will outlet to Henderson. Gonzalez will slow things down for COC in a 5-5 game. Runs to his right, leaves it for Arms. Arms will dribble into the paint with the left hand, spins it back, tried to pass it to Barrientos, deflected to Henderson, stops at the foul line, takes a jumper that misses, too strong on it. It goes out off of West LA, and it'll be COC basketball. Dylan Griffin into the ball game to take over for Dylan Barrientos, and then basically a full line change for West LA as they go 5 off the floor and a fresh set of 5 out there. Chris Page, John Clausell, excuse me. Magby Gnome out there, and we'll get the rest. We're trying to get all 5. Kobe White. And then the big is Marlon Harris. Gonzalez guarded tightly by Clausell, sent it over to Griffin. Inside Elfara, working against Harris. kicked it back to Arms, right back to Alfara, block extended with 10 to shoot. Alfara looking for room, gets it to Griffin, three-pointer from straight away. Doesn't fall home, but the offensive board for Alfara, and the putback with the right hand on a little bit modified reverse. 7-5, COC back out in front by 2. Here's Chris Page. Page working against Henderson. Wanted to set it up. Harris trying to go for a little showtime, couldn't get it. Got it back, put it home. Even at 7-all. Good work by the big man Harris down low on the initial miss. The 6'5 freshman out of, or the 6'9 center out of Inglewood, I should say. This evens it at 7-all. Here's Gonzalez. Stops and pops. Gonzalez has started to find his range on that little shot, as we said. He had 6 the other day in the loss against Antelope Valley. All of those coming early again. West LA tries to go for a little bit of showtime on an alley-oop towards Harris, but he couldn't make it. Checking in for the first time today for COC is Justice Harper as Barrientos back onto the floor. Gonzalez and Alfara off. Talked about Gonzalez. Had 6 the other day. They all came in the first half. Looked really good in that first half, and that was that same little drive, stop-up jump shot that he had. Here's Henderson, guarded tightly by Clausel. That's a little bit of a mismatch for COC. A kickball going to be called on Benjamin Ramirez, and it's going to stay with the Cougars here. I think if you're COC, you like Henderson with Clausel. Clausel listed at just 5'8", freshman guard out of Los Angeles. Barrientos gets it to Quincy Arms. Arms driving against Clausel. Wanted to drop it for Griffin. Now Griffin with 5 will have to put it on the floor, driving towards the paint. Jump stop travel going to be called on Griffin as he couldn't keep his feet down. Get close to a shot clock violation anyway on COC. Nine to 7 Canyons. 6.5 just about into this first half. Page with a basketball. We'll send it over to White. Working inside Harris. Savory guarding him. Harris back out. Extra pass over to Clausel. A 2 on the way is good. Clausel from 20 knocks it down. We're even at 9-all. Barrientos now working. Gets it to Griffin. Griffin on the wing will work it back up to the top. Drops for Arms, guarded tightly on the switch by White. Now to Barrientos on the near side wing, wanting to drive against Ramirez. Instead has to back it off for a split second. Now will drive with the left hand as he got around Ramirez. Laid it up around Harris. Nice bucket for Barrientos that time. The Cougars back out in front by 2. Barrientos now with 5, 2 of 3 from the floor. Ramirez trying to back down Griffin. Drives baseline. Harper came to help. Harris got the bounce pass. Stolen away by Dylan Griffin on some good hustle play. Henderson trying to drive. A blocking foul going to be called on the floor against Kobe White. And it'll stay with COC here. Dylan Griffin again affecting the game defensively with a nice steal. Just ripped it right out of the hands of Marlon Harris. As the Cougars try and get out in transition, but Henderson had at any one time 3 blue jerseys on top of him. So draws the foul and the Cougars will stay with the ball. Arms with the ball, will send it back to Barrientos. Thought about a wing 3, instead will bounce pass inside to Harper. Harper working against Harris, trying to take him off the dribble, spinning back around. A follow-away jumper altered by Harris. Partially blocked and back the other way, West LA with speed. Clausel stops it up, dumps it back. White thought about a 3, now will put it on the floor. Stops his dribble, trying to get it inside. Arms gets a takeaway, and Arms will bring it back up the floor. Arms, bounce pass, Henderson, straightaway look from 3 is good. Henderson's first bucket of the day, the lead for COC 14-9. 5-point advantage for the Cougars, largest of the day so far for either side. A little more than halfway through this first half. A little less than halfway through this first half, actually, I should say, as Ramirez a three to try and match, missed it short. Henderson comes away with it. Outlet to Barrientos, who brings it up the floor. Plays it over to Griffin on the far side wing. He wanted to cross over, now drives against Clausel. Kicks it near side corner three, Henderson too much. Rebound comes off of West LA. A couple of Wildcats run into each other as White and Page crashed into one another. Page went down for a second, but looks like he's all white. Clausel back the other way. Had it knocked out of his hands. And we'll get Jonah Alfara back into the game as the ball goes out. Henderson gonna get a break here. Page will bring it back into play. White will catch out high, wants to take arms off the dribble. Now we'll drop it to Page, guarded by Harper. He'll back things off and get set to work in isolation. Now we'll work off the screen. The Cougars don't switch it. Page gets an easy look at three, but missed it too much. Far an easy rebound. Barrientos back up the floor. Gavin Davis to the table to check in next time he gets the opportunity. Arms had it knocked out of his hands by Clausel. Stays right with Quincy Arms here. Bounce past Griffin, who was loose. Extra pass Harper, now to Barrientos. Three-pointer on the way is good for Barrientos. And the Cougars have stretched it to 8. Timeout on the floor by West LA. As Anthony Jones wants to talk about it, it'll be a 30-second timeout. It'll give us a chance to remind you that the COC Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony coming up March 29th at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. 4:30 p.m. start time. It'll be a fun event. It starts with a blue carpet at 4:30 p.m. It's a reimagined ceremony this year. It'll be more in the line of kind of an ESPYs style. This year's inductees, longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996-97 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and two-time 3C2A state track and field champion, star Chris Lowe. Be there for the excitement. As we said, March 29th, snap that QR code or head to cocathletics.com. For more information, as tickets are on sale now. Make sure you join us for that. An 8-point Canyons lead after the three-pointer from Barrientos. As West LA will go back to work with the basketball here. 17-9, Cougars out in front. West LA will play it to Page. He'll kick it back over towards Ramirez. Clausel works it along the perimeter to Davis. It stays on the perimeter, back around to Ramirez. He'll swing it back to Clausel, puts it on the floor, trying to find an open look. Instead got it to Davis, who's doubled. The Cougars kind of switching everything. Clausel this time connects to Marlon Harris on the alley-oop. It's an 8-0 Canyons run. A foul going to be called against John Clausel here. Well away from the basket. It's going to be his first. He'll come off the floor. And Lewis coming back in. Andrew Henderson going to take over for Quincy Arms. Alley-oop to Harris, broken 8-0 Canyons run. Cougars go back to work offensively. Little right-handed hook off the glass for Henderson is there, and Henderson now with 5 points. Foul on the drive against Canyons. Goes against Jonah Alfara, his first. It's going to send Chris Page to the line. Page, 88.9% foul shooter this year. Pounces the first one off the back of the rim and in. 9:33 to go here in the first half. 19-12 Canyons. They had an 8-0 run at one point. Page misses the second of two, so it'll stay a 7-point lead. Cougars quickly back in transition off the miss. Barrientos, count it! And the foul on Chris Page. That's the second time Page has taken one high off the body. One from his own teammate, that time from Barrientos. And it'll get Joshua Jones back in. Nine-point Canyons lead now as Barrientos can make it an even 10. Makes this three-point play completed off. 10-point lead for Canyons, 22-12. 9:23 to go here in the first. So here's Lewis with the basketball for West LA. Little shoulder shake, but instead played it to Gavin Davis on the near side wing. Davis will put it on the floor after a little jab step. Finds himself loose as the Cougars just lose him there. Gets an easy lay-in for Gavin Davis. First bucket of the ball game. There's Henderson. Inside Alfaro working against Harris. And Harris just had a big hand on top of it with the left hand as Alfaro tried for the hook. Now Harris on the other side for the finish on an alley-oop, couldn't get it. Cougars catch a break on the fast break miss. Henderson dribbles himself out of trouble and gets it to Barrientos for a three on the far wing is good. And a timeout called by Howard Fisher, a 30-second timeout. 25-14, Canyons in the lead. We'll take a break.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
So Barrientos with a three a moment ago, 14 points now, all in the first half, 5 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 3 from triple, and 1 free throw in the ball game to lead everybody on the floor. As the Cougars out to an 11-point advantage, 25-14. West LA basketball out of the timeouts. Ramirez will pick it up as he let it roll all the way up the floor. It's Davis now with the basketball, trying to work against Harper. Got around him, goes right to the rack with the right hand and lays it in. Harper tried for it all on the reach, missed him, and that allowed Davis just to glide through the middle of the floor for an easy bucket. Ball tipped on a pass inside to Alfaro, outlet ahead. Easy chance here for West LA. Henderson gonna be called for a goaltend. Count the bucket for Lewis. 4-0 West LA run. Back to a 7-point Canyons lead. Alfaro to Henderson. Full court press here for West LA. Cougars able to just skip by it. So Wildcats again double teaming the ball here, trying for a steal. Canyons able to get it to Alfaro. He's blocked by Harris going up with the left hand. And West LA back the other way. Harris, good patience, blocked by Henderson coming back. Cougars in transition. Griffin left hand off glass, no. Jones outlets. Tipped to himself was Davis. Gets himself loose, missed on the layup, and the Cougars back the other way off the rebound from Henderson. Henderson stops into a three. No. Harper went up too high for it. Alfaro able to hustle for it and kick it back to Henderson, and the Cougars will slow down for just a second. Henderson will drop. Griffin will lead. Harper will dribble and throw it back to Griffin. Far corner a two. No good. Rebound tips out to Barrientos, who steps into a wide open three. Way too much on it. 4 bodies go up for the rebound. It actually hit off the wiring. It'll be West LA basketball. And we'll get check-ins from Elijah Charles and Quincy Arms. We'll also see Colin Weems for the first time today. As Harris, after some strong minutes, but only 4 points, will come off the floor. Lead still at 7 for COC, 25-18 the score. Weems for the first time today will drop it towards Charles. He'll leave for Lewis. Back to Charles working against Elfara. Up top now to Jones. Jones wanting to take Henderson off the dribble. Now back to Charles, and Elfara got a hand in the way on the pass and takes it away. Barrientos quickly ahead. Henderson gonna get a goaltend call against Jones. An easy bucket for Henderson, 27-18. Canyons back in front on the transition offense. Ramirez with the basketball. Wanted to step back and take a three, but arms tight enough to him to make him hold on to it for a second. Now Lewis gets himself into a free look from the foul line that doesn't fall. Harper couldn't control the rebound, went up really high for it. Was very athletic to it, but just couldn't keep it in his hand. And it'll once again go with West LA here. They'll get a full reset with 6:04. Weems will put up a three. Harper might have got a fingertip on it as it came up short. Barrientos comes away with an easy rebound, and he'll dribble up the floor slowly. Runs off the Elfara screen, stops at the foul line, kicked it over to Arms. Now to Henderson, near side corner. Working against Ford, drives baseline, gets underneath the basket, got Charles in the air. Good easy bucket, or good simple looking finish from Henderson. Not easy, I should say, very tough to do. It's back to an 11-point lead. Foul away from the basket on COC, goes against Quincy Arms. Harper will come off the floor. Gonzalez back on. Howard Fisher not happy with the call. We'll see Gavin Davis back in to take over for Benjamin Ramirez. Ford over the top of Henderson. No, a little flat on it. Charles just outworking everybody down low for a rebound putback chance, and it's back to a 9-point lead. West LA again, full court pressure. Now they're trying to double the ball. Cougars trying to get themselves out of trouble. Henderson drives baseline, goes around and off the top of the glass over Charles. Henderson starting to find his rhythm. 11-point Canyons lead, 31-20. Barrientos blocks Lewis as he tried to go to the rack. Weems fouled by Gonzalez off the shot on the inbound play. Two shots here for Weems. Misses the first. Weems, 85% foul shooter on the year. Makes one of two. So it's a 10-point game. Henderson with the ball, sends Gonzalez, inside Arms, back outside on the far side. Barrientos dribbles himself into an open three, but missed it short. Charles got the tip rebound. The outlet needed to be saved. The ball loose, and it comes to COC. Gonzalez drops Barrientos. Into the corner, Henderson, as he waves a hand to get some directions. Wants to isolate here against Weems. Tries to take him off the dribble. Stops and pops, no good. Elfara couldn't come away with the board. As it bounced to Gavin Davis. Davis speeds back ahead. Draws the foul against Henderson here. Gets himself to the line. Sixth foul on COC. Next one will put West LA at the foul line for the rest of the first half. It's the second on Henderson. Davis to the line. Misses the first of two. Henderson off. Harper in. Henderson off with 11 points. Might be more. The live stats are a little off right now. Davis makes 1 of 2. .412 to go, 9-point game. Marlon Harris back on the floor for West LA as they go with 2 bigs in both Harris and Charles. So extra size down low with Henderson off the floor. Gonzalez misses on a little 12-footer. Harris with the rebound. West LA in transition. Ford gets a look from inside the paint over the top of Gonzalez and knocks it down. 7-point lead. Harper with the basketball. The Cougars a little small right now. Charles guarding Alfara, wants to maybe try and take him off the dribble instead, decides better of it, gets it back to Arms, now to Harper, over the top of Harris, no good. Rebound Arms that time as he skied for it, threw it over to Harper, got it back to Arms, wing 3 is there, Quincy Arms, his first 3 of the ball game, and it's back to a 10-point lead. There's Ford working against Gonzalez. Back to Lewis. Lewis a 3, short. They'll get a deep 2 from Harris that's no good. He gets it back, drops it inside to Charles, throws it around to Davis. Davis into the paint, draws the foul against Justice Harper and goes to the line. West LA in the bonus. Dylan Griffin waiting to get in. 2 shots here for Gavin Davis. Anthony Jones actually brings both his big men over to talk to them. As it looked like at one point there, Charles caught an air ball and looked like he could have just turned around and slammed it home. Because he really didn't have a good matchup behind him, but he decided to make a pass, and I think maybe that's what the discussion is. Instead of looking for deep 2s, do your work down low, boys, as you're the 2 big guys on the floor at 6'9" and 6'10". Nobody else on the COC side even comes close. As the Cougars have pretty much played the year without a big. Alfara served that role at 6'5", but gives up 4 and 5 inches to both Harris and Charles. Savory with 2 left on the shot clock knocks down a 3, and the Cougar lead back to 11. Here's Lewis, inside Harris, gets underneath and slams it home with 2 hands. Not much that Alfara could do there. So again, the Cougars giving up 4 and 5 inches to the 2 bigs on the floor right now. Griffin back to Harper, extra pass Alfara, over to Arms, got a man in the air, tried to make a bounce pass, hit a foot, back to Harris, sends it ahead to Lewis. He'll put up a 3 that has too much on it. Rebound tipped to Harris, little fall away baby jumper that doesn't fall, and the Cougars will tip a rebound to themselves. Alfara is fouled, I believe it's against Charles. Charles had waited a half a second. Gavin Davis had a strip and a bucket. Kaziz Manego coming back in. Alfara coming off for a spell. 1:36 to go in the first half. Barrientos will work to the far side, dropped it for Dylan Griffin. Cougars in a motion offense will send it back to Harper. Harper up top, Griffin. Griffin trying to drive, got it to Arms, now to Griffin again. Griffin a little jumper that doesn't fall, missed everything. Back the other way comes West LA, a blocking foul called against COC. That'll send Lewis to the line. Foul went against Dylan Griffin. Fisher extra hot. Not sure what he was hot about. The delay on Gavin Davis trying to retie his left shoe here. So a long wait for Aneem Harris. Davis with 9 leading West LA. Barrientos with 14. Henderson with 11 to lead COC. Lewis makes the first. Point Canyons lead, a chance to get it to 7. That's indeed where we're at. This is 37-30, COC in front. West LA led to open the game. The Cougars took the lead at 5-4. Had a couple of ties, but Wildcats just haven't been able to get out back in front. The Cougars have kept him at arm's reach. As a foul going to be called against Evan Ford, his first. Just the 5th on West LA with 54 seconds to go here in the first half. So COC will bring it in play. There's Barrientos, I should say, over to Justice Harper. Harper back to Barrientos' far corner. Wants to drive baseline with 8. Stepped on the end line. Is good defense that time from Gavin Davis to not block and force him to step out. Here's Lewis. Wanted a 16-footer. Instead, we'll try and drive baseline. Spins, goes over the top of Harper and gets the roll. Shot clock off, 21 seconds to go. Canyons with the ball. Barrientos taking his time. Pointing out directions. Looks up at the score clock. Now has 8 to work. Needs to go fast here, only 5 now. Drops it off Harper. Harper, a little shoulder shake. Will get a 3 that doesn't hit anything. And we'll go to the end of the first half. 37-32. Canyons in front. Take a break. Second half action when we return.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
The future is yours. So let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
The future is yours. So let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Reset your career and get back to work quickly. Go to college for $46 per unit. 0 textbook cost class options and apply for your share of financial aid. With convenient class times, flexible on-campus or online options, and free tutoring, the future is yours at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Welcome back into the Cougar Cage. Second half action. West LA will start with the basketball as they trail by 5 after the first half break. The Cougars with a 37-35 lead. Or 37-32 lead. There's an open look right out of the break for Ford that doesn't fall, and Alfara able to come away with a tipped rebound. And the Cougars will go back to work on the offensive side for the first time here in the second half, leading by 5. Barrientos with 14 leads everybody on the floor. 11 for Andrew Henderson. As Arms a 3 is good, and the Cougars start out in good rhythm. A 3-pointer from Quincy Arms. Give him 6 now in the ball game. On the other side, Gavin Davis with 9 for West LA as Charles outworks the opposition down low on a catch in the paint. Charles has been held rather quiet, just 4 points in the first half, but gets one there, and it's a 6-point game. Here's Arms once again. His pass picked off by Jones, stayed in play because it hit the official, and West LA gonna get a basket for Gavin Davis. So 4-0 run right now for West LA, and it's back to a 4-point game. And another takeaway for West LA. Ford was able to come away with it. I thought he slid out of bounds. Howard Fisher thought the same, but we play on. A little runner from Lewis. It's a 2-point game, and a timeout on the floor called by, I believe, West LA, and Howard Fisher gonna get a technical foul. And it's actually a Howard Fisher timeout. So West LA will have a chance to, I believe, tie it. They'll get a couple of technical foul shots here. Howard Fisher still hollering. First of 2 from Lewis is good. Second is there as well, and it's a 40-all game. West LA, hot start after the 3 from Arms. They've gone on a 6-0 run to tie it up at 40, thanks to a couple of technical foul shots from Lewis. Cougars go to work offensively here. Barrientos working in isolation against Lewis. Will drop it for Arms. Arms will put it on the floor and leave it back for Gonzalez between the circles. Gonzalez back to Arms inside Alfaro working against Charles. 4 to shoot. Needs to get a shot up. It's blocked with a foul. And I think it was a foul. I think Charles got a lot of the arm along with the ball. And I think it was the swat down through that might have got Jonah Alfara. I think he initially contacted the ball, but then contacted the arm of Alfara, so Jonah will go to the line. Alfara misses the first. Second doesn't go as well, so both foul shots no good. West LA back up the floor quickly in transition for the lead. No. Charles the rebound, passes to Ford, blocked by Henderson. Ball loose on the floor, and it's going to be Canyons basketball as Elijah Charles was on the end line trying to scoop the ball up. Him and Jonah Alfara fighting for it. West LA again, pressing up the floor. Cougars able to run out of it. Barrientos over to Henderson on the far wing. He'll work one-on-one against Sorrell. Now we'll work off the screen. Then he's fouled on a little foul line jumper, and we'll go to the line for a pair. Foul goes against Joshua Jones Jr. Henderson misses the first. Foul shots have bit the Cougars a number of times this year. It's COC 68.5%. They get to the line 23 times, which is sixth most in the state. They make 11 foul shots, but when you're missing 35 or close to it % of your free throws, it's going to make it tough on you as games continue on. Henderson puts the Cougars back out in front, 41-40. Cougars, one of 4 from the line. His little runner that time good. And West LA has their second lead of the ball game. Just the second lead change of the ball game. Alfara trying to save it. Instead saved it to Charles. Charles will get it over towards Lewis. Drives, wanting to dump it off to Sorrell. And it'll be Canyons basketball. Cougars trying to work in the motion offense, nearly have it stolen as Xavier Sorrell had a hand on it. Got another hand on the pass, and it goes out, and it'll be Canyons basketball. Xavier Sorrell going to be called for a foul, grabbing a hold of Dylan Barrientos. So we'll do it from the same spot, and it'll put 20 seconds on the shot clock for COC. Third foul already on West LA here. (42-41). Canyons trailing by 1, trailing since way back early in the first half. Barrientos took a tumble. Him and Sorrell got tied up. Now Arms has it stolen away. Transition opportunity for Jones Jr. A two-handed finish. 3-point lead for West LA as the Wildcats fired up. They have their largest lead of the day. Their first lead was 2-0. Their second, and then they had a 4-2 lead. That was way back maybe the first 2 minutes of the first half, and this is their first lead since. Just about 4 minutes into this second half. Foul goes against Joshua Jones Jr. Cougars have led by as much as 11 today, but we've seen this script before where COC gets out in front and just can't keep their foot on the gas. Kind of the same thing so far here today. Here's Henderson, dribbling out of some trouble, but dribbled right into the hand of named Lewis. He'll take it away. He back up the floor in transition. Easy bucket for Sorrell. 5-point lead, 46-41. Timeout, COC. Take it as well, 15:54 to go.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and two-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
So back out of the break, 46-41. West LA had a 12-4 open here in the second half. There's Harper. That's it, Alfara. Now over to Barrientos. Again, Howard Fisher up off the bench and hot with the officials. Henderson trying to catch it, goes out off of Henderson as he was pressured by Joshua Jones Jr. again, West LA back to work and quickly as they try and run the floor. Should have been a moving screen. Elijah Charles didn't get called for it, and that's just because Naeem Lewis just ran right up behind him. Now Charles will try and work in the paint. Henderson with the steal, but it comes back to Ford. All on the floor. Diving for it was Barrientos, and we have a foul against Devin Ford, maybe? They'll give a foul to Devin Ford, so it'll be Canyons basketball from just in front of the scorer's table. Here we go back to work. Griffin with the ball. Sends it to Barrientos. Drives baseline against Sorrell. Got it back to Griffin. Inside Alfara. Got knocked away from him, but came to Henderson, who dribbles it out of trouble. And Henderson now goes to work. Bounce pass to Harper. Sent it to Griffin. Griffin underneath. Couldn't get a shot away that was undefended as Jones maybe got a piece of it. Ford back the other way. Gets around Harper and lays it in. 7-point West LA lead. Wildcats on a 14-4 run. Cougars have not had an answer here in the second half. Alfara, Elijah Charles on him. Stops, trying to bully his way up there. Charles just swats it away. Dumped it off to Jones Jr. He'll bring it back ahead. The length for West LA, making it tough on COC. Alfara gets a takeaway. He wants to run the floor with the dribble. Drives to the rack, laid it with the left hand, didn't get it to go, and then crashed hard. He's hurt. Right ankle on Alfara, not comfortable right now. He's going to try and get up and go back down the floor. West LA going to get a shot away that doesn't fall. Sorrell picks it up. Gets it to Jones Jr., who missed, and the rebound comes right to Alfara, who's working out of the ankle problem. Cougars in transition, offensive foul against Barrientos. Stays a 7-point lead, 13:40 to go, 48-41. Alfara off, arms back in. Chasen Stewart on the floor for the first time today to take over for Xavier Sorrell. (48-41). West LA out in front. Cougars led for most of the first half. Nice little jumper in motion from Lewis. 9-point lead now, but West LA on a 16-4 run. Cougars just one made field goal here in the second half. It was a three-pointer from Quincy Arms to open things up. Griffin misses. Trying to fall away and get it over the top of a bunch of big bodies flying through the air. Offensive foul on Charles for a moving screen. Moved away from the screen just a second too early. Second foul on Charles. Harper will put up a three, wide open look, and he knocks it down. Everybody kind of just fell asleep a little bit for a second there, and Harper just looked at it and said, I can make this. Knocks down a wide open look for three. Gets it back to a 6-point game. Out off of COC as Jones Jr. was trying to get it inside. To stay with West LA here. Joshua Jones will bring it into play. Ford will go to work. Got it over to Stewart. Tried to get it inside. Harper got a hand on it. Griffin now comes away. Ahead to Henderson. Henderson trying to drive into the paint. Dumps it back. Harper. Harper should have moved the ball. Instead put it on the floor. The Cougars have to set back up in a half-court offense. Now Harper, another look for three, trying to make it back-to-back. No. Griffin trying to save it, could not. It goes out off of COC, and it'll be West LA basketball with 12:06 to go. Here's Lewis. Started to heat up here in the second. He's got 8 now. Davis leads the way with 11 for West LA, but hasn't played here in the second. Here's Ford. Dumped it off to Stewart. Stewart trying to work against Arms. Got it to Jones Jr. Got underneath the basket, couldn't get it to fall. Harper with the rebound and comes out to Barrientos. Now to Arms, wing 3 in transition, no. Griffin, only one there for the rebound. Got it back to Harper. And the Cougars try and reset here. Arms. Henderson. Isolation. Tries to drive baseline, backs his man off. Put it off the glass, got it to spin home. Henderson now with 14. Back to a 4-point game. West LA out in front. They get it into Ford, working against Barrientos. Spins into the paint, got around him and got it in. Henderson, now guarded by Joshua Jones. Puts it on the floor, drives into the paint, draws the blocking foul against, it looked like Jason Stewart. Had his heels on the restricted area. And so Andrew Henderson will go to the line for a pair of foul shots here. Henderson makes the first of 2. Jacob Gonzalez in to take over for Barrientos. Elijah Charles off the floor, along with Stewart and Jones Jr. Harris comes back in. Gavin Davis comes back in, and it looks like Benjamin Ramirez back onto the floor. Henderson makes both. 16 for Andrew in the ball game. Lead once again 6 for West LA. Sorry, lead once again 4 for West LA. I can't do math as Harris finishes 2 hands at the basket. Second easy flush for Harris today. It's Harris now with 10. Here's Harper. Inside, got 2 guys in the air, got it to Henderson, missed on the layup, got it back. Foul was on the floor, so it will not count for Henderson. Foul goes against Gavin Davis. And it's 1-1, that's 8 fouls on West LA. So the Cougars shooting foul shots with 9:55 to go. Henderson makes the first. Trying to inch the Cougars back closer. Lead back down to 4. It's West LA on a huge 16-4 run to open. But the Cougars have closed it back. Harris just working all alone, has 3 guys on him and just able to out-jump the Cougars at the basket. Harris with 12 now. Cougars throw it away on an inbound. It's a turnover. Alfara back in to take over for Harper. Davis trying to drive on Henderson. Right-handed shot in the lane is good. Back to an 8-point lead now for West LA. Davis just outspeeding Henderson that time, and then skied up with the right hand, little one-handed kind of modified hook that fell. Here's Henderson trying to go back at Davis, puts up a three in his face and knocks it down. Again, it's a 5-point game. Here's Davis trying to slip Henderson again. Got him in the air. Fall away jumper, too much on it. Rebound held in play by West LA, and they'll slow things up. Devin Ford trying to back down Quincy Arms. Works himself to the block. Lost the basketball. It went out off of Arms. And it'll stay with West LA here. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Harris working against Alfara. Couldn't get it to go. Missed everything as Griffin comes away with it. Dylan Griffin will bring it up the floor. Guarded tightly by Ford. Works off the Alfara screen. Jump stop back to Gonzalez. Foul line jumper on the way is good. Cougars have closed the gap down to 3. 58-55. Gonzalez with a bucket that time. He's got 6 now in the ball game. Matches what he did the other night. One off his season high of 7. There's Harris inside. Scored in the foul. Foul gonna go against Quincy Arms. Harris finishes with a one-handed slam with the left hand. Cougars just not an answer for the big men down low. Harris now with 14. The length of West LA giving COC problems. And the athleticism as well for the Wildcats, who trying to add a 10th win in conference play as Harris makes the foul shot. 61-55. 8:05 to go. Gonzalez. Fouled by Harris on a reach. So Gonzalez to the line for a 1-and-1. Gonzalez misses the first of a 1-and-1. And under 8 minutes to go, West LA back to work offensively. Lewis driving baseline, fouled by Gonzalez going up. Gonzalez not happy with the call. Second on Gonzalez. There's been an adjustment on a scoring change. It's actually 59-55. So now it's 61-55. Sure what the adjustment was, but Arms not ready for a pass from Griffin. Takeaway from West LA in transition. Ford gets to the foul line as he missed on a little floater in the lane here. So now it's 61-55. Ford misses. Ford makes the first. Second there as well. 8-point West LA lead. 7:20 to go. Unfortunately, I don't have a line into the scorer's table, so I don't know what was missed on the scoring change. Foul called against Ford here on West LA as Griffin will go to the line for shots. So Griffin misses the first. Cougars in the plus, shooting 2 shots the rest of the way, both no good. Cougars get a takeaway defensively this time. They go out in transition. Barrientos reverse layup, not there. But Harris going to be called for a foul. Second on Harris. Barrientos misses a foul shot. Cougars 6 of 13, maybe 6 of 14 from the line. Makes the second. And a foul called against Alfara. His second. Lewis makes both. Nine-point lead once again for West LA. Inside of 6.5 to go. Alfara spinning, puts it off the glass, got away from Harris as they had a switch down low, and Alfara able to finish it off. Ramirez stops up, swings it back out to Gavin Davis. Davis between the circles, guarded by Henderson. Wanted to drive, lost the ball, got it to Harris, swings it over to Lewis. Lewis will put it on the floor. Little floater is good. Lewis has started to find his stroke. Give him 14 now. That 9-point lead for West LA. A 3 for Harper doesn't fall. Barrientos steps out of bounds trying to get the rebound away from Benjamin Ramirez. And it'll be West LA ball. There's Ford. Wants to get it into Harris. Tried to get it back to Ford, was knocked away by Harper, but he couldn't keep it in play. Good read by Justice Harper that time. Make sure the pass back to Ford didn't work. Ramirez trying to take Griffin on the dribble. Step back jumper from the foul line, rattles in and out. Alfara cleans the glass, gets it to Barrientos. Now Henderson working off the screen of Alfara, will back off, guarded by Lewis. Drives to the paint, 2 big steps. Offensive foul against Andrew Henderson. Call it his 3rd. It's the 7th on COC, so West LA shooting foul shots for the final 4 minutes and 53 seconds. So Ramirez will bring it up the floor. Motion offense here for West LA. Lewis, high off the glass. No, but Harris there for the follow finish. 11-point West LA lead, largest of the day. Foul called against Ramirez. Griffin to the line for a pair. Harris now with 15. Lewis has 14, Davis with 13. And you got Devin Ford with 8. Harris approaching a double-double, 17 and 8 right now. On the other side for COC, it's been Henderson and Barrientos carrying the load, 21 and 15 respectively, as Griffin rattles home a foul shot. Quincy Arms coming back in to take over for Alfara. Second is good as well. Lead down to 9. Cougars trying to chase it back down here. Wildcats gonna take their time. Ramirez for West LA between the circles, guarded by Griffin. Got it back to Ford, 7 to shoot here. They work it around the perimeter. Lewis holding it over his head, gets it to Ford, over the top of Arms with 2 to shoot, doesn't fall. Rebound tipped towards Davis. Davis looking to try and get out of trouble, sends it to Ramirez, corner 3 on the way, rattles in and out. Griffin in transition for COC. Arms, wing 3, short, air ball. Picked up by West LA, but just stepping on the end line was Aim Lewis. Will be Canyon's ball. They put 18 back on the shot clock. They had 30 up there. And now they'll put 20 up. Inbound play for Harper. He'll put up a wide open 3 that missed off the left side. Harris trying to catch from Ford, stepped out of bounds. Harper back in, Alfara off. So Canyons will go back to work, 69-60. 3:15 to go. There's Barrientos. Stops and pops from 12, an air ball, too long on it. Ramirez back the other way, and West LA will run some clock here. Anthony Jones was hollering at Devin Ford last time, trying to throw ahead to Harris, who was wide open. Would have been an easy finish had he caught it. But the pass just wasn't clean enough on the mark, and so now West LA going to work it down inside 10 seconds on the shot clock. 8 here. Davis lost the ball. Harris picked up the dribble. It's out off of Henderson. But it'll be West LA ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock here. They'll get an inbound play for Lewis. Clanged off both parts of the rim. Poked out by Lewis off of Henderson, so it'll be staying with COC. West LA in a 9-point game, defend the 3-point line. The Cougars today shot the lights out from 3. 9 of 22. Compare that to 0 of 8 for West LA, but the Wildcats have not needed threes. The size has really helped them. Harris alters the Alfaro reverse layup attempt. West LA in transition. Harris trying to go up, couldn't catch it. And a timeout on the floor called by, I believe, West LA here with 2:02 to go. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
(69-60). West LA leading COC. Canyons chasing 9. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Arms, foul line jumper, fouled, and he'll go to the line. Foul going to go against Ramirez. Cougars just 9 of 16 from the line today. That's the major difference so far in the ball game. Yeah, the Cougars 9 of 22 compared to 0 of 8 from 3 for West LA. But West LA 19 of 23 from the charity stripe. Well, the Cougars just 9 of 16. Otherwise, it's been close. 24 of 55 from the floor for West LA, 21 of 53 for COC. As Arms makes the first. Arms, an 80% foul shooter on his career with COC, makes both. 7-point game, Alfaro off. Harper in to try and defend. Lewis fouled by Arms. Lewis to the line for a pair of foul shot, or 1-and-1 actually. It's West LA just in the bonus. Lewis misses on the first of a 1-and-1, and the Cougars will get the ball back as Ford, trying to come in for the rebound, knocked it out. Harper was there to try and get it from him. The Cougars now in a 7-point game. 95 seconds to go. Barrientos driving, got loose, laid it up with the right hand, didn't fall. Griffin comes through for the rebound. Arms with a straightaway 3, no. Griffin there, the rebound, the putback is good. And a timeout called by Howard Fisher. It's a 5-point game. Offensive rebounds by Dylan Griffin, keeping the Cougars alive. Griffin, a couple of offensive rebounds, one a hustle rebound where he stole it away from West LA. The second, just good positioning as he skied to wipe the glass clean, put the ball back in the hoop. So Griffin now with 4. It's a 5-point game with 1:24 to go. West LA back to work with the ball. Cougars trying to pressure up the floor. Wildcats able to break the timeline. John Clausel back in there. The Cougars get a takeaway. Griffin, or Barrientos, excuse me, misses on the layup. Harper there, the putback and the foul. Believe Griffin arms Barrientos all up the floor, created a takeaway. Barrientos had the layup opportunity that missed. But Harper skying back through, puts it back, gets fouled, can make it a 2-point game with a 3-point play with 1:12 to go. Misses short, so it'll stay a 1-possession game, but a 3-point game. Cougars again, up court pressure. Harper, Barrientos. A timeout West LA, it was Arms and Barrientos, sorry. Another timeout will stay right here with it. So Wildcat ball, 1:03 to go. Canyons needs a stop or a takeaway here. Clausel. It's a hand down, says let's slow it down here. Let's take as much time off the clock as we can. 10 to shoot for West LA. There's Ford, Harris, Lewis. Inside, Ford was wide open as he got around Arms and puts it in. So it's a 2-possession game. Clock is stopped, 45 seconds to go. Cougars need to go quick here. They trail by 5. Henderson, a 3 from the wing, is short. Harris, I believe, pushes Quincy Arms in the back on the rebound. And Quincy Arms gonna go to the line. That keeps COC alive. The 3rd on Harris. Now Arms needs to make a pair of free throws. A 77% shooter on the year from the line. An 80% foul shooter on his career. Misses the first. Second one no good as well. And so you had a chance if you make them both. Now you put West LA back at the line, as named Lewis will go to the line for 1-1 in a 5-point game. Cougars 11 of 21 from the line today. Compare that to 19 of 24 for West LA. Lewis can put this one pretty close to away in a 6-point game now. And make it a 3-possession game. Both foul shots good. Cougars need to go quick. They need threes. Henderson will put up a 3. Missed it. Ford goes out off of COC, they say. Ford and Placel, I thought, were the only two that had their hands on the ball, but 17.9. And the Cougars going to be called for a foul. It'll put West LA at the line for 1-1, 15.6. The Wildcats have iced this one. 7-point game. Pair of free throws here. And just the math doesn't quite add up for COC. So the Cougars going to drop their 3rd straight, it looks like. For West LA, they are going to get to 10-2 in conference play. The Cougars going to fall to 3-9. Harris makes the first. Cougars will drop to 12-14 on the year. Just 2 more games to go for COC. One on the road at Glendale on the 15th, and then their final home game, sophomore day, against Santa Monica next week on Friday the 17th. Barrientos, 3 on the way, no. Harris cruises through for the rebound. Arms stepped out of bounds. It's West LA inbound play here. Howard Fisher going to tell everybody to back off, and that'll do it for this one as the Wildcats will dribble out the final 6.5 as soon as they bring it into play. So West LA takes the victory, 75-66. One final home basketball game for us here in the regular season on Friday next week, the 17th, against Santa Monica sophomore night. We hope you join us for that one. West LA, a 75-66 win over COC. Thank you for joining us tonight on a Saturday for men's and women's basketball doubleheader. We'll see you next time here on the Cougar Sports Network.